My ex and I broke up. He used to say things to me in the relationship where he's like, you're kind of mean. Like, you're kind of this. And I was just like, I'm not mean. Like, and everyone would always be like, no, it's Brandy. It's Brandy. It's like, I'm not mean. But there was a lot of things he asked for and required from me in a relationship that I didn't do for him. And I was like, well, that's just not me. Like, I'm just not like that girl. Like, little things. Like, well, you don't hug me very much. You don't hold my hand. You don't do this. You don't. Why the fuck do I need to hold your hand? Like, we're right here. Like, what? You know what I mean? And that's just how I was. And I didn't think I was being mean. I genuinely did not. And I argued that with him. I said, that's just how I am. I truly thought that. And then when I went to Italy, I caught myself doing certain things with this guy that my ex had asked me for. And I was doing it without him even having to ask. And I was like, oh my God, I was kind of a bit. Like, I was kind of mean and I didn't even mean to be. And then I was kind of like, I kind of had a moment where I was sitting there and I was like, why am I being like this with him? And I wasn't like this with him. And again, like, I think it's just the qualities that he had versus the qualities my ex had. Like, in my head, I go, I didn't respect him.
It's not necessarily about quality. It's more about if you liked the person or not. I think that's one thing most people don't understand. Like, I've discovered that when people, especially women, when women are in love, they usually go the extra mile when it comes to how they treat the guy. Like, they literally, like, some of them lose themselves in the process. Like, when a lady is truly in love with a guy, like in love with a guy, she goes the extra mile for that guy. When she understands what it means to love a guy or love someone, she goes extra mile, and some of them lose themselves even in the process of it. So based on what she was saying, what I can pick from there is that she didn't really like that ex that much. That's why she felt that what the ex was asking for was too much of a thing for her to do. That's the truth. And also, she really don't understand what love means. That's one thing I would say, because this day and age, people always think that love is just about what they stand to give. No, love is about what you stand to give to that other person that you claim to love, what you're willing to do for them, how you're able to compromise for them, to see them happy, to see them okay. That's what love is all about. So if a guy is asking you to the bare minimum, hold his hand, hug, and all those stuff, and you can't do it, it's because you don't like him enough to do it. But then you see what she said when she met this other guy. The guy didn't even have to ask for it, and she did it. I know some people will say it's about alpha male, beta male, whatever. I don't even want to go there, because that's not always the case. In this particular situation, I believe it's more about the person not liking you enough. I've been in that kind of situation a little bit. It might not be exactly the same thing, but where I found myself like begging for things, like, do this, and the person keeps complaining that, oh, this is not who I am, or like, this is not what I am. It's not like I'm not asking you to do anything that will hurt you. It's just that I'm asking you to speak my love language to me. But if you're not able to do it, that means you don't really care about me that much. That's how it works. So if somebody cares about you that much in a relationship, they should be able to go out of their comfort zone to love you right. I'm not saying go out of their comfort zone in such a way that it will hurt them. I'm not asking them to do things that will put them in a very bad condition or bad situation. No, what I'm saying, go out of their comfort zone, is to understand that people receive love differently, and if you really want to love that thing right, you should be able to do what those things, like, do the things that make that thing happen. For example, I personally don't do pets. I don't do like all those pets. But if I decide to get a pet today, I will have to go outside of my comfort zone to take care of that pet. I'll have to do the things I'm not used to doing to make sure that I care about that pet. That's the same thing that applies to a woman. If I get, or a woman or a man, if I get in a relationship and I love this person, I want to take care of this person, I will have to go out of my comfort zone, what I'm used to ensure that I meet this other person's need. And this other person has to go out of their comfort zone to ensure that they meet my own need. We can't love people in comfort. It doesn't work that way. You cannot love your partner in your comfort zone. It doesn't work, because what it means or what it does is that you don't necessarily love that person the way they feel loved. That's what you would do. So if somebody that their love language is quality time, you can't be giving them gifts or giving them words of affirmation. Those things are good, but then that's not what they need. You can't see that a car needs gas and you're putting water on it. It will not work. The car will not function. There's a portion of the car that requires water, but then there's another portion of the car that requires gas. So you have to feed the car what it requires for it to function well. So that's what also happens in a relationship. You have to feed that relationship what it requires to function well. So if quality time is what's needed, you have to do it for that relationship to work. If it is word affirmation, you have to do it. Find where each thing needs to fit in and then provide it the way it should be. That's how love works. That's how relationship works. That's why I said you cannot have a healthy relationship from your comfort zone, because you are trying to get married or be with somebody who has a very total different background from you. They grew up maybe even a different culture. How they see life, how they see things is very different. So that's the whole point of compromising, or the whole point of adjusting. So that's why I say I'm not asking you to go and do something that puts you in danger or something that goes against your value as a person. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that you have to do those things that might seem uncomfortable, but they don't hurt you in any way. That's the whole point. So this lady, like I said, this lady probably didn't like that first guy. That's why she wasn't willing within herself to go the extra mile to show this guy that she loved her, or why she felt like this guy was disturbing her a lot. But the second guy she met, she was willing to do all those things because she loved him enough. She was willing to do. Remember, she said, I did not like this thing. That's not who I am. But then when she met the second guy, she was able to do all of it. So it's more of like she now got to a point where she loved this guy so much, then she had to go out of her way to become uncomfortable because she wanted to keep that particular guy. So that's what it is. So I hope this bless somebody. This is how relationship work. You cannot love from your comfort zone. You have to go out of your comfort zone if you really want to love somebody and care about them the way it should be.
What do you bring to the table?
I'm not going to answer this question. This is just something that I wouldn't answer in a date. I'm not going to answer here.
Fine.
I'm not going to answer how many books I've read.
Okay, what do you expect men to bring to the table?
Let's go.
Integrity, clarity, consistency, strong connection to divinity, not necessarily religion, but some kind of purpose-based
That's what he's dozing off.
lifestyle.
So what is the female equivalent of that?
Oh,
The same.
the same.
Then why wouldn't you just say that at the table when he asks you?
I'm going to tell you exactly why.
I mean, isn't it funny to you guys that it's so easy for us to list what we want from people, but then we can't even list what those people will gain from us? Or like, it's so easy for us to tell people what we need from them, but then we can't even tell those people what we can offer them. That's why I remember what I said earlier. Love is about what you stand to do for the other person, not what the other person stands to do for you. Get this, what you stand to do for the other, because the idea of love is better where you have to give. Love is better than giving. But then when you're all about receiving, that's not love. So you see, it was easy to name things she wants to receive, but it was hard to list things she wants to give. But when they now flipped it, she was like the same. Isn't that crazy? Why are we being this way? Personally, I mean, would I ask a woman what she brings to the table? I might not, but just barely having conversation around so many subjects about life, or maybe just having general interaction for me, most times I'll get to see what that person offers or what that person brings into the relationship, or what the person wants to bring to the relationship, or their mindset about relationship in general. For me, it's not really about what they bring most times, it's about their mindset in general. How do they see relationship? What are they thinking about marriage? Like what do they think marriage is all about? How do they see themselves in a marriage? How do they think they will function in a marriage? Like having a general knowledge of those things about them in a general conversation, not directly what do you bring to the table and all those kind of stuff, but like that general conversation and how they act or treat me will tell me all I need to know about that person's mindset about a relationship. If that person is a wife material, or that person is just looking for somebody that they will suck dry and leave. That's it for me. So I mean, we need to come to that point where we learn how to just like stop listing what others should do and start talking about what we stand to do for other people. I've never seen somebody who is asked, why do you love this girl, or why do you love this guy, and they start telling you things that like they want to do or like they want to give or something like that. It's always what they stand to gain. It's just interesting. We are in a world where love is all about receiving and not giving. Love is actually about giving. Then remember what I normally say if you have been following me for a while. When both of you prioritize giving to each other, when you see a lot of us giving to each other, what happens at the end of the day is that both of you receive from each other. You see the balance. When a giver meets a giver, they both receive at the end of the day. But when a taker meets a taker, they suck each other dry. Or even when a giver meets a taker, one day the giver will get tired because the taker will suck the giver dry. So it doesn't work that way. So relationship work best between two unapologetic givers. That's who you should be. Be a giver in a relationship. Let it be about what you want to give to that person. And you see that when both of you prioritize each other, giving to each other your best, you enjoy the relationship. That's what it is, guys. That's what it is.
Despite the fact that you might want to be with a rich man, you're actually not cut out for it. I went to lunch the other day with one of my friends who's getting married to a very wealthy guy, and she was talking about how unhappy she is in her relationship. And the primary reason is because this man works all the time, and her love language is quality time. Mind you, sis is sitting there doused in Chanel and Louis Vuitton that he bought for her. And I told her, I was like, if this is the lifestyle that you want, the Chanel, the nice house, the maids, the cars, the luxury items, then somebody has to go work for it. True. And you got to ask yourself, do I want a man who's sitting next to me, giving me quality time, home by 5 p.m., doesn't travel, just like up my the entire time? Or if I want a man who's making money, and if he's making money, he just naturally is not going to have time for you like that. Now, no way am I saying find someone who neglects you, but there's just natural things that come with this lifestyle that I had to learn myself, and I'd be lying to you if I told you it isn't a lonely life.
That's true. Although I try to learn how to I try to teach people to learn how to balance work and life, but not so many people know how to do it. So many people work for life, like they work for life. All their lives are about working, but they're never really spending time to like relax, rest, chill with their loved ones and all this kind of stuff. But then this conversation is about women, that those ones that normally say, I want him to be making 6 figures. The truth is that if a man is going to be out there making that kind of amount that you want to live, the kind of lifestyle you want to live, most times those men won't really have your time. Most times they won't really have your time because they will have to always be busy to bring in those money. They have to always be going on those business trip, investing in those business, having those meetings, having those time just to make those money to take care of you. And it could be a very lonely life. That's why I keep saying it. It's not about the money. That's why it's very important. In my last video, you should go and check it out if you have not watched it. It's about salaries and how realistic people can be, or how unrealistic some people can be. So if you have not watched that video, go and check it out. But what I'm trying to say in this essence is that find somebody that you can work with, that understand life balance, and you yourself life balance. Both of you work together, ensure that both of you are making the money if that's what you want, and then having time to enjoy the money too. Because you don't want to have the whole money, but you feel super lonely in the marriage. You feel so neglected, so left behind. Because the truth is that some of them don't know how to balance that lifestyle. They don't know how to balance that lifestyle. Once their mind is focused on the money, they keep going on the money. And then you become an object in the household. They provide everything for you, and you just become a sex tool. Whenever they want to have sex, that's when they come to you. After they are done with the sex, they are out again for a business trip. To be honest with you, you don't want that lifestyle. You don't want it. So I'm encouraging you to make sure that you find yourself somebody that you can build with, somebody you can live with, and spend more time with each other. And most of these people might not be in that financial category or that tax bracket that you are aiming for. They might not be there. So if it's a guy making 90K, 80K, 70, or even 100, I'm not saying you should lower your standard, because some of you have weird standard. But if that's the kind of level somebody can be and have time for you and have peace at home, then that should be your goal. Personally, someone like me, I know I want to have money. I want to be very comfortable, but I also want to have a work-life balance. I prioritize family a lot. So, I mean, the woman I will be getting married to won't be the kind of woman that want me to go and make 50 million or 1 million and like be work to provide her with a lifestyle that she is dreaming about. No, I prioritize family. So I want to spend time with my family. And if it means me giving up a good amount of money or work time to be able to spend time with my family, I will take that any day, anytime. And someone like me, I want a woman who has that same mindset. So at the end of the day, I think it also boils down to mindset. So if you're that woman that wants the money, ensure that you're that woman that is the money, so that both of you can be pursuing the money. And maybe when you pursue the money and you're tired pursuing the money, maybe in your 60s, you can now relax and enjoy the money. I don't know how you guys want to do it, but let money not be, don't be so into money that you don't even understand the basics of what makes a relationship or marriage satisfying and happy and sweet, because that's the goal. Having a healthy relationship is successful marriage, a marriage that you build together till you grow old together, enjoying yourself together as a lovely couple. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please do well to subscribe if you have not done so. Hit the notification button so that you'll be notified the next time I upload video. Also do well to like this video, share with your friends so that YouTube can also help us promote this video. We are growing. We just hit 1K and we're getting there. So thank you guys. See you guys in the next video. Remember to check out the 2 videos that will be popping up on your screen and watch them, and you will learn from them. See you guys in the next video. Bye.